Bobby Pierce dominated in the inaugural race at Maquoketa Speedway for the Nippy 50. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. There was a pretty decent field at Maquoketa for the Nippy 50. You had some pretty big names coming out: Brandon Sheppard, Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton Jr., Tyler Erb, Ryan Unsicker, Jason Fager, Garrett Albertson, some of the regulars that you see on the Mars Tour, on Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, as well as the World of Outlaws. So there's some pretty good competitive racing, but it was for second and back, because once Bobby Pierce took the lead from Brian Shirley, he checked out and never looked back. Before Bobby Pierce was able to get to the lead, though, we did have a couple early cautions. Lap 36, caution here for a spin, and then Tyler Erb decided to try and bring his car off the track, but he didn't make it all the way off, so they had to throw a caution for that. And then here is the pass that Bobby Pierce would make after, I think there was another caution as well. They'd have a restart on like lap 28, and Shirley would try and hold off Bobby Pierce for a couple of laps. Pierce was really eyeing him up right on his bumper, really looking for where he was going to make that move for 5 laps. Some really, really good racing. Really got to see Bobby Pierce work some of that smooth operator magic that he does. But here is the pass that he makes on Brian Shirley with 24 laps to go. Let's take a look. Gets to the outside of Shirley right there, coming out of 2. It's a huge run down the backstretch. Just kind of sends it into 3 and 4. Shirley doesn't really have anything, and Bobby Pierce just motors past him there and would take the lead. And he would finally, right here, really fully get around him and just never looked back there. And that would be the pass for the win. 23 laps to go, and Bobby Pierce would check out. I think he had almost like a 5-second lead or something like that by the end of the race. Absolutely dominant performance. This was a 40-lap feature, so he took the lead with over half of the race to go, and they would stay green for the rest of the race, and he really didn't look back. But we would have some really good racing further back in the field. Ricky Thornton Jr. and Brandon Sheppard would race like this side by side for at least like, I want to say 10, 15 laps. You can see a little bit of it right here. And I mean, they were really, it was almost like they weren't even racing each other. They were just kind of racing themselves because they were just kind of staying in this like side by side formation. Ricky Thornton Jr. at the top, Brandon Sheppard at the bottom, and just kind of having fun doing that. And obviously, you'd have a little bit of a competition here with Gustin reeling in Shirley. But this is what I'm talking about here. I mean, we're at lap 9, and you can see Sheppard and Ricky Thornton Jr. are still running side by side there for that 5th and 6th position. Cody Overton would kind of fall back into their clutches. He was running 4th. And then I really actually thought that Ricky Thornton Jr. might be able to take advantage of this lap car here, but Brandon Sheppard did an absolutely excellent job moving the lap car up into the middle of the track. He was able to stay on the bottom, and he got a 2-for-1. So he was able to keep Ricky Thornton Jr. behind him, but he was also able to get Cody Overton as well in that number 97 car. Let's take a look at how Brandon Sheppard was able to do this. Let's take a look. So does a really good job right here, staying on the bottom. He kind of pushes that lap car up the track there, going down the backstretch, coming off of 2, is able to get the pass there. And you see Overton kind of slides up a little bit. Really, just great work there by Brandon Sheppard, passing that. And he got Overton there. And then obviously Thornton had to go to the bottom too. So absolutely fantastic work there by Brandon Sheppard on that pass. And then you'd have some pretty good racing towards the end. Garrett Albertson would work his way around both Ricky Thornton Jr. and Cody Overton as well. Really came on strong there at the end. It was kind of caught up to Sheppard and Thornton as they were racing side by side, but no one really had anything for Bobby Pierce. He did win the inaugural Nippy 50 preview race there at Maquoketa. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I think I've gotten a little bit better. But here is your official finishing order. Bobby Pierce in 1st. Ryan Gustin finished in 2nd. Brian Shirley faded to 3rd. Garrett Albertson came home in 4th. Brandon Sheppard settled for a 5th. Cody Overton in 6th. Ricky Thornton Jr. in 7th. That's where he started. Jason Fager finished in 8th. Chad Simpson in 9th. Dylan Thornton, I think they were saying this was his first time ever in a super late model. He finished in 10th. Daniel Adam had an interesting story from him there. He was like, that car was smoking. He was up to 8th, but looks like he faded there towards the end. And I think he eventually had to come to a stop on the, like, right before he got into turn one, and there was a fire under the car, and he had to jump out of the car. Brent Larson finished in 12th. Sam Morris 13th. Todd Cooney in 14th. Joel Callahan in 15th. Cole Chernesky in 16th. Chris Simpson in 17th. Spencer Dirks in 18th. Justin Kai, I think is how you say that. I heard them saying that, in 19th. Ryan Unsker, disappointing 20th. Gordy Gundaker in 21st. Obviously, Tyler Erb had the mechanical issue, finished in 22nd. And then David Webster in 23rd. And Brian Harris rounded out the field in 24th. So that is your official finishing order. And congratulations to Bobby Pierce. Absolutely dominated there at Maquoketa. I actually thought the racing was pretty solid. It was unfortunate we didn't have it happening at the front for the lead. But for second on back, we did have some pretty good racing there and was entertaining. But let me know what you guys made of the race at Maquoketa for the inaugural Nippy 50. Let me know in the comments below.